Welcome back. We are in the kitchen with Alexandra and Colin Proctor, made with love delectable edibles. Happy Tuesday to you guys.
Happy Tuesday to you.
Yes. We're cooking today with prawns and green beans, a little daring dill in the mix. What are we making?
Making a really beautiful sauté, a little bit of white wine. Colin went in and found a sale on prawns this week, so we decided that was the deal for today.
We're trying to decide what makes the difference between prawns and shrimp. Is this an East Coast, West Coast thing? Did we ever figure this out?
North, south.
Maybe.
I don't know.
But these say prawns right on the bag, so we're going to be calling them prawns today,
That's
right?
a great thing to get people to like go on Twitter or Facebook about, Susan.
Yes.
Is it shrimp or is it prawns? And do you know why?
Yes. Some people out there do, I know. So maybe we'll hear from somebody today.
But I do know that we have a bag of shrimp in our fridge and they look exactly the same.
Is that right?
These,
See, this is the thing, right? We'll have to find that out. If you know, give us a shout at midday. Let us know. Anyway, so you're chopping out some red pepper right now.
Yeah.
I am. And what do you got going, dear?
So basically we've got 3 tablespoons of butter in the pan. And with this recipe, it's really simple. We're just going to melt the butter and then add the shrimp first and the green beans. The green beans need about 5 to 7 minutes cooking in the pan. The shrimp is pre-cooked shrimp, so it's basically making sure that it's warm, so it's heated up and not frozen anymore. So we're just heating the butter in here, and then we are going to add a 1/4 cup of white wine. I'll just measure that out now.
And we're starting this recipe over high or medium-high heat because what we want to do is just really quick cook everything and get those juices just to sort of simmer away and thicken up to a sauce.
Now, is this going to be like an appetizer or is this like a main course?
Main course, well, you could do it as an appetizer as well if you wanted to. But it's just the prawns, the green beans, and the red pepper. So you could serve it on rice, or linguine would be beautiful. Or if you want to go carb-free, do it just on a baby green salad. That's a great way to get more veg.
I love cooking with wine too. It gives it a nice flavor.
Yeah, this will be delicious.
Yeah.
We have actually white rice today on the side.
Okay.
So we are doing it as an entree, totally. And yeah, it's sort of be a beautiful, like, belated Mother's Day dinner or that sort of thing.
I like it.
Yeah, totally.
Good. How was your Mother's Day?
Absolutely lovely.
Was it?
Yeah, I have pretty magical children and a pretty fabulous husband. And between them, they made me a gorgeous breakfast and brought me flowers and cards, and yeah, it was just lovely.
Easy going.
Really nice
Good.
day.
Glad to hear that. All right, so we're going to let this heat up and then add the prawns.
Yep, so we're going to add about
boiling.
2 cups of prawns. There's 1, there's 2.
So I'll give them a little stir.
And then on top of that, we're going to get the green beans in there right away as well, too.
Okay.
So we've got...
I know the trick with prawns is you never want to overcook them. You have to be very cognizant of when they're ready because they go tough, right, if you cook them for too long? Yeah.
Big time.
Okay.
And then we have the green beans.
It smells good. It's the white wine.
You may notice that I'm not going through the trouble of snapping them or snapping the heads off today.
Okay.
And that's a totally reasonable way. Some people are offended by that, but I think you'll find when you try it that it really isn't such a big deal. I would find it hard-pressed to take offense because the smell's really good. It's going to be delightful. If you don't like the ends, then you just bite them off. It's quite simple. We have about 30 seconds before we have to throw to a break. So what are we going to do now? We're just going to let this cook and...
We're going to add 2 tablespoons of the daring dill spice blend.
Absolutely.
And then we're just going to let it simmer really hard for a minute as it comes up to heat. And we'll add the red peppers after the break.
Delicious. All right. I'll keep stirring this in. Again, if you'd like to check out this recipe, you can always find it online at madewithlove.ca. Back in the kitchen with Made with Love Delectable Edibles. I can't tell you how good it smells in here. When you're cooking with white wine, there's just something about that. It just gives it that delicious smell. And then the daring dill is lovely. And it looks like it's almost ready. We're adding some red peppers, I see, to the mix now.
That's right. We've sliced the peppers just in strips. And we need to amend this recipe slightly.
Okay.
Do the beans first and then the shrimp.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because, of course, the shrimp are always going to, or the prawns, as we should say.
Excuse me. Yes.
They tend to come up pretty quick, right? And then those beans take a little bit longer, we've learned today? Okay, good to know.
So what you doing, Alex? It looks like it's almost there.
And it's okay actually to put the prawns in at the beginning, because then you're gonna get that really nice concentrated juices. But as they are cooked, just pop them out of the pan, scoop them out, and put them in a side bowl for a minute if your beans need a few more minutes.
Fantastic.
And look at me tossing food.
You know what? You're challenged. There's a lot of food in there today.
There is a lot of food in here.
And of course, what we've done is we're going to be pairing this with some rice. So really, this can be either an appetizer, like you said, or you can put some rice together and make a full meal out of it, which is what I would do because it smells so good.
Yeah, that's just awesome.
Yes, it does.
And I don't know about you guys, everybody has a preference for how they like their veggies cooked. I like to make sure my beans are bright green and a little bit crisp still, and my peppers are really crunchy. So we just toss those in at the end.
Okay.
And then we'll just plate some up. Ooh, hot. I think I need a hot mitt.
Right.
Kind
Excuse me,
sir.
Susan.
Now, is this something your kids would eat? Because I'm trying to decide if my kids, they probably would eat it.
Our kids actually mostly like prawns. We had one who was a prawn holder-outer, and she finally decided to succumb. As long as they're hot, not cold. She still won't do the cold prawns.
I heard that it can take up to 10 times of introducing a new food to a child before they'll actually accept it.
Yeah,
10 times?
absolutely, yeah.
That's a lot of times.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. I found with the prawns, the comparison we always did was they're just like chicken. And for whatever reason, that was like, they were open to the notion that they were just like chicken.
Yep.
So
if they'll buy it, then you're good to go. You've saved yourself having to make that meal 9 more times before they'll eat it, right?
Exactly.
And
Looking good.
Wow, does that ever look good?
Yeah.
a little.
And it doesn't take much of the wine, right? It was like a quarter cup.
Yeah, it was a
Just
quarter
a little
cup.
something to add, give that a little bit of flavor.
Turn that guy
Yeah,
off.
it just reduces with the butter and it's lovely.
Yeah.
And if anyone's looking for the recipe, I believe it's up on Facebook, and we will be sampling today at Cooper's in Valley View for anyone who would like to try it as well too.
Fantastic. Good.
Really good.
Yeah.
So those prawns, shrimp, are just cooked through. I'm kind of attached to prawns because my Nana always said prawns.
We are almost out of time. We're gonna have a little bite here and give this a try. I know it's gonna be delicious. Oh boy, so good, you guys. Thank you for being here. Madewithlove.ca if you'd like to check this out. Talking with my mouth full. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye for now.